I've said this before in another video, and some of you agree. I don't know who's out there. Some people are into powerlifting, some are not. Some are just the strength training to look better, to feel better. But it's kind of interesting, pretty cool actually, when you can actually narrow down the reason why you train. Because if you do, you're able to get to that point sooner. You get a better sense about yourself, and you learn a lot by yourself or about yourself. And the thing that I've learned about powerlifting, strength training, and the barbell is really about fear. It's about conquering fear. And if I don't have a moment in my training, or at least the build up to a moment in my training where I can possibly fail, potentially fail, it doesn't feel like a training session, or I don't get what I want out of it. I think that's what makes it so hard, is that when I train, I guess it's not so much that I want to hurt myself or that I want to destroy my body because I'm injured, right? My shoulder's bothering me, my hip is bothering me, but I guess you call it, I guess you call me an adrenaline junkie. I'm not really an adrenaline junkie. I hate roller coasters, and I don't have the desire to skydive. But what I mean is that when you're doing reps and you're doing sets, and then there's a chance that you're not going to make it, there's something to that. You have this, because when you push yourself to that point of that last repetition, whether it be a 10 rep max or even like a, say, 3 to 5 rep max, which seems to make more sense for me, like a squat, is when you have the risk of failing, and not necessarily hurting yourself, but just failing, that risk, and then overcoming that chance of failure, that's what feels great. And I look for that. I search for that when I train, when I lift weights, when I squat, bench, and deadlift. Unfortunately, it's kind of led me in a path where I sort of keep getting hurt, but I'll digress a little bit and say that, I've been hurt more before. I'd rather be hurt and strong than hurt and weak, because that's what most people choose to be. Is they choose to be, they have a back problem or a knee problem, or they can't squat because something bothers them. And the reason why they don't do things is because they don't want to hurt their knee. And a lot of the time, you just end up dwindling away. I mean, that's my experience. Now, I'm not suggesting that you should ignore pain. I'll bring up Mark Bell again and the whole fuck your elbow type of thing. But my main thing is realizing that, hey, there's a problem, there's an issue, overcome it. Don't be average. But at the same time, I don't even know what I'm talking about now. Lost my train of thought. You want to find a way to get the most out of yourself. And for a lot of people, for everybody actually, I guess the people that you love, the people that you enjoy watching or listening to, like in the movies or music, is they put themselves out on the line. And they don't just put themselves out on the line, they put their very best out there. I'll just use Justin Bieber as an example, because a lot of people don't like Justin Bieber, but he's putting his very best out there, and there's a chance that people will hate him. He's had an incredible amount of success, but I just use him as a sort of a polarizing figure. Other like books like Twilight or 50 Shades of Grey, people criticize that, but that person that made that thing, that made that book, story, movie, that's their best work. And that might sound ridiculous. It might actually sound terrible. That's my best work, but that's their best, and they put themselves out there. And that's sort of what you have to do if you're going to want to accomplish anything that is worth accomplishing, to really feel like a success. Because most of the time it really isn't about becoming rich and famous or, being at the highest level. It's about putting yourself out there. Like when you I don't know if you remember being in school, and then you raise your hand and you put your hand up, right? And and they call on you, or you answer the question, or maybe you give your opinion, right? It could be like in 8th grade, 7th grade, 5th grade. And then you say something, and then you sound stupid, or the teacher goes, "What?" And then people laugh at you. Or on the other hand, it's like, that's a very smart answer. You put yourself out there on the line, and that's what it feels like to be under the barbell. When you put yourself out there, then you overcome that risk. You overcome that weight. It's such a great feeling. And that's my main message of the week, is you don't have to do anything. You don't have to do a goddamn thing. This is all up to you. This is your life. But if you want to accomplish anything, if you want to reach that next level in your training, you have to put yourself out there. Now, I'm not suggesting that you put a crap load of risk and put yourself to a point where you can get hurt, but you got to get somewhat close. I mean, you have to have educated choices, of course, and educated numbers for whatever you go for. But my main thing is understanding that if you put yourself out there, you go for that promotion, you go for that sale, you do that follow-up, whatever it may be, that risk of looking dumb or that risk of not being good enough is what it means to be human. It's what it means to get rid of dissatisfaction, because it's not just about, it's not just about family. It's not just about, I don't know how else to say it. I mean, I'm just trying to articulate this because this is a freestyle video. I don't have nothing written because lately I've been having a lot of written stuff. So this is all off the top of my head. It's like if you put yourself out there, you risk a performance, whether it be powerlifting or like I do. Something interesting about me, fun fact, I used to do magic. I used to perform magic. And, you put yourself out there, you're trying to amaze people. Maybe not necessarily magic for me, but like a speech or a presentation at school or at work. And then you overcome it and you do a good job. It's a huge thrill out of that. But there's that risk of looking like a dumbass. And if you don't have that risk of looking like a dumbass, there really is no real gratification or success. This is the reason why most people are dissatisfied. It's because they have nothing to lose when they do something. They do everything that's safe. And don't misunderstand me. I'm not saying don't do something dumb. You don't have to put yourself in real physical harm's way, but you have to risk something. You have to risk some of your dignity. And when you do that, it's when you feel the most alive. And it's when you see things you've never seen before. So, hope you enjoyed this video. Hope you enjoyed my freestyle chat. Leave a comment. Tell me about something that you did that you were afraid of. Maybe I'll turn Monday's video or Sunday night's video into what did you do if you were afraid of last week? What did you do that you were afraid of? Because it's overcoming fear. That's, I think, the most important thing. One of the most important things of growth. All right, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video.